What a gorgeous day for a hike here in Canton, Ohio. But when Sherry and I lived in North Carolina, one of the things we loved to do was to hike, to go on hiking trails and such, and especially in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Absolutely beautiful. Whether it was like waterfalls or going just for a nice quiet trail amongst some trees, just beautiful. But one of the things we would need is trail markers along the way. And those helped us get to where we're going. One of the things we want to provide for those in ministry and those who are just being drawn into a deeper relationship with Jesus is to provide some trail markers and some trail mates along the journey. We want to show you some ways that the leadership and development team wants to come alongside those in the Eastern region to help them in the journey as they follow Jesus, but also in this ministry leadership journey as well. And so we're going to begin this trek with a couple young ladies who started on the camping trail.
Hello, my name is Piper Calvin, and this is my third year going to camp. Some of the camps I've been to are day camp, splash camp, and this is my first year going to exploration camp. And some of my favorite camp activities are swimming, hiking, chapel, and archery. And some of my favorite things about camp are having fun, learning about scripture, and talking to other kids about what's been on our minds lately. Having a full week to spend time with other believers is just so much fun. And I think you should try it out.
I think the most special thing was that I got saved at camp. And I've seen so many people get saved at camp, and I think that is very special because, of course, that's very important. But last year I was a SIT, and it's also known as a servant in training, and I got to pray with one of the girls that got saved. And so that is very important to me. And I think my favorite part about camp is watching everyone get saved.
Thank you, Piper and Allie. Wow, that is so wonderful to hear. And I tell you, we need to be attentive and paying attention to how God is moving in young people's lives. If you remember, Samuel was called as a young boy, right? But Eli didn't get it right at first. But we want to get it on the leadership development team and in the Eastern region to hear how God is moving in young people's lives. And so we need to pay attention to that, whether it's at the camping or even a little bit further, as we're going to hear now from Austin and from Ashley and from some Willoughby Hills folks about how God is working through the Eastern region in a variety of ways and reaching young people, but also as they age and as they progress, how God draws them even closer.
Hey everyone, I am Pastor Melissa, and I have with me here Austin Fernandez, who has been to youth camp and has an incredible story to tell. So Austin, how long have you been going to youth camp?
This would be my 6th year this summer going.
Wow, you must really like it there.
Yeah, it's a great time.
Having a good time, that's awesome. So what do you feel like the biggest lesson that you've learned at camp has been?
I would just say last year I learned about dying to yourself, and I'd just say it's kind of stuck with me.
When do you feel like you felt that call into ministry?
Last year I was diagnosed with a disease, and throughout that time I was praying and I heard the Lord, and he said that sports were not everything to me. Having a relationship with Jesus is just way more valuable than anything you could imagine.
And how do you feel like camp helped in that calling?
I would just say the environment and the community around, helping each other, and then just sharing with other people about Jesus.
I grew up going to Malone University for Friends Camp, and I never would have imagined that I would later end up there. The summer after senior year, I had decided that I was going to go to a college nearby home, despite the fact that I felt some sort of call into ministry. And that summer, I decided to go to yearly meeting, and while I was sitting there, Dr. Miller talked about Malone. And one thing that really stood out to me was how I would be able to study both ministry and something else as well. And it was no coincidence that for that year, it was the first year that Malone was going to do a scholarship match for EFCR students. And so the Lord made a clear path, and not even 3 weeks before moving in, I decided to say yes to Malone. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Malone has provided me with great opportunities, like going to the Dominican Republic with First Friends and being student body president. And I have grown so much in my faith at Moline University, and I just love it so much. A place that I now call home. And now next year, I have the opportunity to come back as a GA and RD of Haviland Hall, where I get to pour into others the way I have been poured into at Malone University.
My name is Jenna Friedman. I serve as the executive director here at Friends Church, and I oversee the ministries, the staff, and I oversee the resident program here. One of the values we have here at Friends is that we believe in building a better future. And so as a leader, I know that the future of the church and the kingdom of God is in the kids that are here in this church right now.
I'm Julian Davis, and I serve as the worship resident. So I lead worship on Sundays, but also primarily Sunday nights for our youth group and for our students.
Hi, I'm Lorenzo Croce. I am our Friends Church Kids resident. My main role on Sundays is the 4th and 5th graders. I make the message and write the message for them, and then we also have small groups and stuff, so that's my job on Sunday mornings. And then scheduling those volunteers, leading those volunteers.
So we have our structure set up as they commit for a 1 year. We have them do theology classes with Pastor Kyle, and then they do coaching and mentoring with myself or another pastor. And then they also have managers. So whatever ministry that they're working in, they have their manager. And so they get sort of a 3-prong approach. They get the theology and philosophy of ministry, they get hands-on with their manager, and then they get coaching for me.
I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know if it was, I felt ministry was kind of like something I always loved, but I didn't know what that involved. And inside of that, Pastor Kyle and I had a conversation. He came up to me and he asked me if I'd be interested in an internship and what that looks like. And so we talked about it, I prayed about it, and I kind of knew right when he asked me though. And it was kind of history from there.
Each of them are serving in a role that they have ownership to. They have people reporting to them. They're working with volunteers. We've given them, over the course of the year, we've given them all of the tools that they need to do to run a ministry effectively.
The most impactful is just that I have the opportunity to do what I love and do what I feel that God's called me to do, and lead worship and shepherd people in an experience of worship. And I owe a lot of credit to Seth and Kyle for giving me that opportunity, and specifically Seth for just pouring into me and just really throwing me in the fire a couple of years back and just letting me figure it out for myself.
I've spent time reminding people that, hey, we learned by failing, we learned by succeeding, and there's no way we can pass it along if we are holding it tight.
I would say that this equipped me and has helped me grow in areas that I didn't know, in the sense of it pointed out the things that I didn't know I didn't do well. It also highlighted the things I do well and the things that I enjoy to do.
To see that click or that light bulb go on has just brought me a lot of joy, because it's like they see it, they get it, and I know that it's not just a one-time thing, because they're going deep down into what they're thinking and how they're going to process the stuff.
Sometimes I'm just sitting there and I'm playing, I'm leading, and it's just, man, how did the Lord bring me through all, the years of the preparation, the years of learning and growing, and I look back and I'm like, how am I here right now?
We are here to build a generation. We're here to pass it along. We're here to go and tell. And so part of that on a staff is go and tell, teach the next generation to do it.
It makes me feel respected, makes me feel just like they care about me having a say and a part in the things that I do and the impact that I could possibly make here.
I completely believe that the Lord has something special for me, even though I can't see it. It's that step, it's that leap of faith that I have to trust in, and I owe it to what I've been in, to Seth, to Kyle, to shaping me, to help grow me into what I am today and what I will be.
It's a privilege to come alongside these younger leaders and explain to them what leading in the church looks like and how they can make a difference in the future.
What's next is praying and just seeking the Lord in what He's calling me to do. I'm just banking on the Lord to provide, as He has before, and I believe He will again.
That's what we want to see in the Eastern region, and that's what the leadership development team wants to help you do wherever you are. as people grow and as they are encouraged and continue on this ministry journey, there's a variety of ways that we can help them through conferences and through coaching and through just coming alongside people in the recording of ordination journey. And so we're going to hear from a few people who are going to share about that right now.
Coaching for me was really instrumental in having all these ideas and these directions that I wanted to go. And then it gave me some opportunity to be able to sort of talk through, begin to process, and formulate a plan on how to implement that, how to get the church where we wanted to go, create the culture that we wanted to establish. But then also for me as a leader, with being a pastor, there's so many different things that we have to excel at that we've never been taught, trained in. And so it gave me opportunities to be able to work with someone who's been through what I've been through and to be able to learn from their experience and how I can take and draw from that to become the best pastor that I can be, to help us become the best church that we can be.
My name is Ed Vinson, and I serve at Hanover Friends Church in Mechanicsville, Virginia, and I love going to pastors' conferences. I've been a pastor, senior pastor, for 38 years, and 10 years as an American Baptist pastor, and 28 years as a Friends pastor. I think I've only missed once. I love going to pastors' conference because I'm always refreshed spiritually. I come away with good ideas from the conference that not only help me personally, but also our church. Usually come away with a song that the praise team, worship leaders did that's helpful to our church family. It's also a good time to get away for Kathy and I, just marriage time, away for just spending time together. And the last two conferences, one in Nashville and one in Northern Kentucky, we were able to see family while we were at each conference. So we've gone to some really great locations over the years. I would encourage you, if you haven't been to pastor conference, to go. It will really help you and encourage you spiritually.
Well, the recording of ordination came at a very pivotal time in my ministry walk. I think it was really great not only to, one, have and learn different tools from all the readings and interviews, but also getting to ask advice and glean from the expertise of the leadership development team. I think that advice I will take with me in the years to come. So that would probably be my favorite part, is getting to meet so many new faces while also deepening relationships with those that I previously knew on the leadership development team. It also was just nice to get an affirmation of what I saw God doing in my life, having that one-on-one conversation with my mentor and through the interviews. It was great to get confirmation just that other people could see what God was doing as well.
So just want to encourage you to be asking the questions yourself and helping us ask these questions. How can I help someone in this journey with Jesus, or in this ministry leadership journey with Jesus? How we can help you, and how the leadership development team can help you in that journey and help you grow closer to Jesus and help you serve Him and bring glory to Him. So pray with us. Join us as we try to build up young men and women who make disciples, who make disciples, who make disciples.